The Informant has FBI investigations, international price fixing, corporate espionage. How did you look at this material and think comedy?
Initially, we weren't thinking comedy. I mean, we all read the book and really liked the book and found it very dramatic. And I began to worry that doing a dramatic version of the film that it would be compared to a film like The Insider, or in my case to Aaron Brockovich, and that people would feel like this was just a repeat of those kinds of movies. So I was worried about that because I didn't want to have the same experience that I had with Aaron. And also as the story goes on and on, there really were some rather absurd. And so I talked to Scott Burns, the writer, and I said, look, I'm not convinced that this should be a drama.
Your last film, The Girlfriend Experience, featured a porn star. How do you transition from that to directing Matt Damon? Is it a different set of muscles for professionals and non-professionals?
Oh, no, he's very similar to working with a porn star. You know, the same kind of, diva activity. No, it's really fun to go back and forth. There are certain things that you can get from non-professional performers or non-actors that you can't get from actors. And there are certain things from actors that you can't get from non-actors. They don't have a goal like a regular actor is. They're not in a hurry to get somewhere in the scene, and so you get some very interesting performances. Now, in a case like The Informant, the scenes do have a goal. They do have a very specific purpose, and you need performers who understand that and can satisfy the demands of the story.
The Guardian newspaper did a profile of you, and they described your sensibility as smart, literate, skeptical, and emotionally frigid. Would you agree?
I would agree only with the emotionally frigid. The rest of it, I don't think so.
What is the most important quality for a filmmaker to have?
Empathy, I think, which is sort of similar. An ability to be sensitive to what other people are experiencing.
You're an astoundingly prolific director. Even before you finish one project, you're prepping the next. Why is there such a compulsion to work constantly?
I don't make things better when I have more time, and in my experience, I actually tend to make them worse. If you give me more time, I don't make good decisions, that I should go with my instincts, and so that's the reason.
Because you said somewhere, I don't have a different speed. One day I'll just stop.
That's true. It's on or off. I don't have gears, you know. I'm still at an age where I feel like if I dedicated myself to some other art form, I would like to see if I could become good at something else. That would be exciting to me, and I think it's worth trying.
So did you really mean it when you said, I can see the end of my career, or did they just get you at a bad time?
That story that ran was kind of disingenuous. It was an interview that I did for the Che DVD. I was not depressed or despondent or despairing. So I was my normal self. Maybe he didn't know me well enough to know that's just that I'm emotionally frigid. So he took that piece, sort of spun, my tone of voice, ran it after I got fired from Moneyball, and made it seem like, oh, he got fired from Moneyball and now he's depressed and he's going to quit. That just wasn't true. But for a couple of years, I've been thinking about how I want to sort of conclude this.
Tuba.com